teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. This defense for the Browns, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Ravens are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Jackson. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They go play action with Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He finds his man. Complete. That's Grant. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Out of the gun, Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They go play action now. Jackson. Now he'll throw deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. There, this is picked up by the Browns. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 30. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and they're rumbling. You can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Jackson on first down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run with Sanders. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Jackson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski.
Well, Sanders has it poked free. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That $28 yards. Now Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Hunt is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Watson now to throw. Touchdown, Browns. Jakeem Grant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. And that's complete to Sanders. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here. Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And now does he get to the first down marker? He blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing on 2nd down, Watson. And some room to work. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Watson dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the 1st half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the 2nd half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. you're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Jackson to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, Jackson.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here comes Grant on the return.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw, Watson.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
And this will not be returned, so the 2nd half begins with a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Watson's throw taken in by Grant. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Watson off play action. Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done. And
now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They caught the ball free in the backfield.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll run with Chubb. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the 29, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And some room to maneuver. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
The York on now for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
A slant route caught by Bateman.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. The Sanders has got it complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
It's caught by Sanders.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And they take a knee.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Browns, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.